Rest is a kind of difficult concept to use for God, because rest is normally when there has been a motion, a change that brings tiredness, and then you have rest. If you mean by rest peace without being tired before, without being exhausted before, that's okay, but this is not rest. Okay? So you have to be defining what you mean by rest. I can say God has absolute peace. God is never getting tired. But if I say God is resting, this indicates that he worked hard, he became tired, now he is, in need of some rest so that he resumes normal activities. So we have to be careful. It seems that rest, in the sense that we normally use, it's problematic. But if you mean by rest the fact that God is not challenged, is not troubled, is not tired, he is at peace and comfort, then it can be okay. So we have to, make careful calculation. Is it really useful that we use a concept that there is a great chance of being misunderstood or not?
How would you articulate a human act of patience? Would you understand it as a participation with God, in God's grace, or is it a human act of agency that is helped along by God, or are we completely helpless and it is all God's grace? How would you articulate that?
There are different degrees of patience. Suppose you are a person who is ill. You have an illness which is not caused by you, What does patience mean? The first thing is that you don't lose your faith. You don't lose your courage by this illness. But still, for example, you may complain. Why, I am ill, Even this level of patience is appreciated by God. Some hadith says that even if someone is ill or poor, he complains not in a public way, but between him and God, why, I am suffering like this, it's okay. But a higher level is that you take it in a positive way, you don't complain. For example, when the prophet Jacob was informed by his sons that Joseph was eaten by wolf, they told lies to him. The Quran says, he said, Sabrun Jamil, beautiful patience. Because he knew they are lying, but he had to be patient. So, beautiful patience is patience without complaining. a higher stage is that actually you thank God for your suffering. In one of our supplications, we say, "Oh God, Allahumma inni as'aluka sabra shakirina." Like, I ask you the patience of those who are grateful. As a student, when your teacher gives you homework, you think it's difficult, I have to be patient. But you may complain. Or you may be patient and not complain. Or you may be patient and grateful. Say, okay, I take this pain and I am grateful because you could, just ignored us. Because you loved us, you gave us homework. So a high level of patience is that you actually are grateful that you have been given a task, a challenge, out of which you can gain something that you cannot get otherwise. And in that condition, you should try to see what is the best that you can do to respond to God. What God wants from you at that time. What's the best thing that you can do at that time? You are not leaving everything to God. You are active. You are persistent. But at the same time, there is a limited one you can do. You know that the all control is not in your hand. You try to fulfill your part. Sometimes a problem to stop needs many other people to work, many factors to come together. But at least you do your part with patience and gratitude. And this has lots of benefit for you. But also normally success comes when people remain patient. Because if you lose your courage and control and don't act, then the problems remain. So patience is also a very good tool for success. If an ill person, for example, loses patience, doesn't go to doctor, doesn't take the medicine, doesn't look after his diet, says, I am no longer, following my treatment, he's going to suffer more. So patience is a kind of participation in God's plan. It's a kind of agency, but not that you feel you are the only agent.
It's 9:45. I know you have a 10 o'clock class and just 15 minutes to get over there. So maybe this is a good time for us to end things.
Thank
here.
you.
On behalf of the class, let me express my gratitude for a very clear presentation, but one that I think will reward going over it a few times. I took